glad that you've joined us today. To start off, we are going to sing 2 songs of worship. The words are going to be at the bottom of the screen, so I hope you'll join along and sing right where you are, right from our homes this morning. So let's sing together.
And I wish we could be in chapel in the drama center together. I wish that you were sitting by your teachers and all of your buddies. I think I'm leaning. There we go. That's better. Let me show you. Speaking of leaning, let me show you a picture. Does anybody know what this is? You know what this building is? It's the Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy. Isn't it cool? It just naturally leans. The funny thing about this building is that it wasn't designed to do this. In fact, over 200 years that they were building this, they tried different ways to keep it from leaning. By the time they finished the third floor, they tried to make one side bigger than the other so that it would straighten up, and guess what? That didn't work either. The reason it leaned is they didn't have a very strong foundation. In fact, it was built on clay. And because it was built on clay, it caused it to lean and continue leaning until it finally settled in to a point that would keep it from leaning. And so the Leaning Tower of Pisa, that's what it means to lean, to kind of go sideways. I want you to think about this. The other day, Miss Casola leaned over because she saw a caterpillar on the floor or on the ground. How many of you have seen some really cool bugs or flowers and you just had to get a closer look? So you lean down close to it so you could get a better idea of what it looked like. Have you done that? I've done that. How about this? Let me ask you this question. Have you ever leaned on your mom or dad? Maybe you've been in the grocery store and a stranger walks up, somebody that's strange to you, and your mom's trying to get you to talk to them and you're nervous, so you kind of lean behind them. Maybe you're insecure or afraid or shy or not comfortable. Have you ever leaned for that reason? How about this? You've been running, you're out of breath, and you go lean over the table, or you lean on the wall to get a little relief and get a little support. Have you ever leaned? We're going to talk today about what it means to lean in. And no, we're not talking about leaning in because we're tired of running. We're talking about leaning in during this time of uncertainty. Because even though you may be at home with your mom and dad, and we're so grateful that we have a safe place to call home, things are a little strange, aren't they? It's strange at my house. I'm eating different things because we aren't able to go to our favorite restaurants. We are not going to work. That's a little strange. I don't get to see you guys every day. And that's a little strange for Miss Casola too. So during this time of transition and uncertainty in our world where lots of things are going on and things don't feel quite the same, we're going to learn how to lean in to Jesus because he has some great promises in his word for us. Now I want you to take a second. I want you to lean on something. Go ahead, find something to lean on. I want you to find something that you can lean on. I'm going to give you time to do that. Just look around, find something to lean on, whatever you think can hold you. Okay, did you do that? Hey, I have a bet. I bet you didn't try to lean on something really tiny, like a toy, or a cat, or a little chair. Am I right? I'm guessing you probably picked either a big heavy piece of furniture, maybe you leaned against the wall, maybe you leaned against something like the couch because it was big. Well, we pick things to lean on that are bigger and stronger than ourselves. Did you know there's a Bible verse about that? In fact, it's Miss Casola's favorite Bible verse from when she was a little girl. And it goes like this, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not. It actually uses those words. Lean not into your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge God, and he'll direct your paths. Wonder why it tells us not to lean into our own understanding. And maybe it's because our understanding isn't strong enough. It doesn't understand. Just like you would pick something heavier and bigger than yourself to lean on, we don't understand. So we lean on something bigger. And God is big enough for us to lean on during this time. And he wants us to. And just like we lean when we want to get close and see something better, or we lean when we're tired, or we lean when we're a little afraid, God invites us to lean into him because he has ultimate understanding of what's going on in our world, and he's in control. And I want you to think about this because in life, you are going to have to rely on other people. And you're going to have to rely on God and his promises because things are going to be different and challenging at times. He invites you to lean into him every time. He's big enough, he's wise enough, he's strong enough when you want to understand something better. If you're tired, if you need to feel safe, he invites you to lean in. And he understands that you don't know everything that's going on, but he invites you to trust him because he does know what's going on. And I'll pray you'll do that. One thing I want you to think about, actually two things I want you to think about, is during this time of leaning on God and asking him for understanding, I want you to think of one thing you can learn during this time while you're at home and not in your usual routine. And the second thing I want you to do is I want you to find something you can do for someone during this time of change and a little bit of uncertainty. So something you can learn, maybe one of God's promises that you didn't know before. And secondly, I want you to think about something you can do for someone else. I know in our family, we're reaching out to healthcare workers and trying to encourage them. I'm going to give blood this week. So that's one way that I can help. Some people are making masks for others. Some are writing notes for people that are in a nursing home and unable to be with their loved ones during this time. I want you to think of those two things, something you can do for someone and something you can learn about God during this time of stillness and maybe not understanding. So I want us to think about that.